Have we got anything we don't like about it? Just quickly.
Really, mate, for under £1,000. It's the size of it. It's tiny. Like literally fits in your pocket, good to go.
I'm Max. I'm Patch. Here we have like a 0 stop. Okay, so using use gun 1, go down.
Where we size them up, it's called softer sausage.
Hi guys, Max and Patch here from LRT, and today we're going to be talking about the HIKMICRO Lynx 2.0.
This is a thermal monocular sent to us by Optics Warehouse, put for its paces. And what does it do?
The Lynx is just a viewing device. It allows you to see in white hot, black hot, fusion and red hot. Red hot is just white hot, however the hottest parts show up in red.
It has a digital zoom. The closest it goes to is 1.8 and the furthest it goes to is 14.4, going up in 3 increments as it goes through that scale. The device itself is actually really ergonomic, especially if it's raining outside and sort of inclement weather. You're not going to slip around and drop this all over. The reason for that is it's got a wrist loop, which is spot on for this device. So at the rear you've got an eyepiece, a little flange either side to stop the light emitting from the display inside out your eye if you're on a night stalk. Down the left hand side you've got a focus wheel. This will focus the digital image in the device itself. And going forward then on the left hand side you've got your battery housing. It's got a locking switch on it, which is really handy. It stops it flipping open unnecessarily. Onto the spine of the device itself you've got your zoom, which is the first button which you come to. Second button is your menu button. That'll allow you to cycle through all the different menus, allows you to pull up the ranging feature in this. And then the third button along the spine, that's your capture button. Little camera situated on top. That'll allow you to capture a still image of what you're looking at. Also, if you hold it for a couple of seconds, you can then record whatever you're looking at for up to 1.5 minutes. Going forward from that, you've got the power button. Hold for a few seconds, that will come on. You'll see HIKMICRO appear on the screen. That'll be the device powering up. To turn it off then, you hold it for 5 seconds and you'll see in the screen at the bottom of the display, it'll say shutting down and then give you a countdown from 5. The buttons themselves, nice and easy to use, nice and large, even with gloves on. At the front of the monocular itself, you've got a focus wheel and this will focus the image crystal clear inside the device itself.
An interesting one in here is the fact that it gives you a range estimation. You go through the settings and then it pulls up some sizes of animal. You can select the animal you'd like to range, and then from there it gives you 2 lines, then it estimates the range of what you're looking at. This is fairly handy if you don't have an LRF, however, you need to make sure that you're in a fairly stable position, because if those lines are slightly off or the animal isn't exactly the height that you've selected, then your distance is going to be off. So in this as well, on the bottom we have a thread, and that thread can be attached to most tripods that fit in cameras on the market. We have quite a cheap little tripod that we got from Amazon, and that allowed us to set this up away from us, and we can then view what the thermal was seeing on our phone. As well as if I'm trying to range estimate with this, it made it a lot easier. The good thing about this is it's very customizable. There's lots of settings in there that allow you to tailor it exactly to you. When we first got this, I turned off the automatic power down when you face it down, because I didn't like that, because we were in quite a close environment and I wanted to look around, so I turned it off. However, I was up at the Forest of Dean the other day and I turned it back on because I would scan, drop it down, and I didn't want to waste battery, so it was handy having that feature.
On the bottom of the device then, you've got a USB port here, and that's for download and upload of your footage that you've captured. Also, it's to enable you to update the device, so you can plug it straight into your laptop computer and you can update the device itself from there. You can charge from it, however I would not recommend it. Charging batteries in a device through a hard mains cable is probably not the best idea. I would remove the batteries because it comes with a charging device within the box.
But it's good to know that you can do that if you are in a pinch and you want to power it off a portable charging device if you're out in the field, for example.
A cool feature I really like about this, Max, is the fact that we can connect this to our phones. So I can connect this live and you could be sat somewhere away from me. I don't know how far, we'll have to put it to a test, but you can view exactly live link what I'm viewing, which is ideal for if you think stalkers in high seats, say they can't see around the corner, set this up, sit back with their phone back in their high seat.
This thermal monocular allows you to see heat signatures past 1,000 metres pretty easily. However, actually determining what that animal is a different story. 300 metres in, it's pretty easy to determine what it is you're looking at. Past that, it becomes a little bit more of a blob, but you can definitely tell that there's something there. This is really powerful for under £1,000.
And that's the point. It's sub £1,000, and to be honest, I think it's fantastic for that price point. And that's what really stands out to me, which I think is really cool.
I think battery life is really good as well. I was using it pretty much all night. Again, it was automatic power off. I was being as conservative with the battery as I could, but by the end of it, I think I used 1 bar.
Yeah.
I took a spare with me anyway, just in case, but I didn't need it.
Good drills.
So yeah, for a night out, it's good to go. So a big thing about thermals that people don't necessarily understand is thermal crossover. So when you go from day to night, you have a moment where the ambient temperature is the same as the ground. And regardless of what thermal you use, it can become like everything gets washed out. The best use for thermals is in the middle of the night, or even during the middle of the day. But as we get to dusk or early mornings, we get that crossover. So all thermals might struggle. That's why, like you said, with the red hot can make it quite handy to then pick out those little differences. But it's just a point to note.
So what did you think about it in the Forest of Dean when you took it up?
Yeah, so honestly really impressed with it. When we've been out on local permissions and we've been doing sort of like vermin control, it's absolutely perfect. When the ranges were extended, because we're looking for boar and we're looking for deer, that's when I would notice actually, okay, maybe that there is a bit of a drawback, but it's completely acceptable because of the price. We had more high-end thermals with us that were then used for much further away, but we weren't going to shoot at anything that far away anyway. So that for everything, for IDing, for getting yourself onto the game, whatever you're doing, really, really good. It's so small, you can stick that in your pocket, you can throw it in your kit, and then when you need it and you're out on the stalk, pull it out, have a little scan, put it away. It doesn't feel a chore carrying it around.
Thank you for watching, guys. That is mine and Max's personal review on the Lynx 2.0, sent to us by Optics Warehouse. If you'd like to grab yourself one of these, head over there and just tell them that LRT sent you. Cheers, guys.